Hello and welcome to New Filmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. My name is Danny DeLillo and we're here at the Cambridge Los Angeles show in West Hollywood. I'm here with Jim Simone with his movie, Cups and Rubbers. Let's take a look at a clip.
We just want what's in the safe and we'll be out of here. Short and sweet. Got it?
Yeah, we don't have the combination.
It has a drop slot. The accountant comes once a week.
We just have a standard till for today. It's up front.
Piece of cake.
Just relax, everyone. Relax. Did you forget to lock the door?
I had to almost like not laugh during your title because your title, Cups and Rubbers, is so funny. For those that haven't seen your film, tell us a brief synopsis.
Cups and Robbers is essentially, it's a restaurant robbery that goes awry because the crooks forget to lock the door.
I literally love, I mean, it's the best synopsis ever. Why would you not want to watch that film? It
Yes,
was brilliant,
exactly.
You know?
Should I go into more detail?
You can go into as much detail as you like, please do.
So the idea is that they forget to lock the door, the little bell rings, and they realize they've got customers. And they make this fateful decision to seat the customers instead of shushing them away. And they are all forced to take jobs in the restaurant, and they start waiting tables and cooking the food and getting everything ready.
It's so funny. Like, I'm just remembering moments. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's just so comical to see these robbers just take over this restaurant,
Right.
and they're all like in the back there, all the waitresses and waiters. Where did the inspiration come for creating this film? Was this a true story to happen to you?
Well, I say it's a true story, but I was eating, I was having breakfast, and I was talking to the waiter. I had questions about the menu, bacon and avocado, and he just didn't seem to know anything. And so he stepped away, and I said to the person I was with, does he even work here?
Mm-hmm.
And then I started thinking, wouldn't it be funny if, right, if they were actually robbers and they came in to rob the place and they got a rush, you know?
That's
and
hysterical.
so that idea starts from there, and then you realize, hey, that could be a really good short film.
Yeah.
You know, and of course the arc of the film, hoping it's funny, is when they take over, that's funny, but they start to care about their jobs. And they start to really get into it, and they start caring about how the food looks and how this guy on table 12 is going to get taken care of and that sort of thing. So
It's quite amazing how much you can put in 5 minutes and feel all these different things and emotions and take us on this incredible journny.
Right.
You had a great cast, by the way,
yes.
that just like played off each other so incredibly well. How was your casting process for you?
the casting was, so Ileana Douglas is in it, and Stephanie Drake from Mad Men is in it.
Just a few, you know, great stars and whatever.
And, you know, just over the years, you meet actors and you watch them work and you think, oh, I know, you just start to recognize the strengths that these actors have. And so the lead, Ross Bryant, I'd worked on a promo with him, which involved a lot of improv. And that's the kind of thing you look at and you're like, oh, this guy's really good. And I've got this movie in the back of my head that I think he'd be really, really good for. And so you just reach out to the right people and you already know what they're going to bring, you know. And then for me, when I write a script, I will write it, and as we were talking earlier, I will give it to them and say, this is the story, it's not the script. This is the story.
I love that.
And I have written it out. I know where the beats are. I know, like, I want to be in the back room for this much time, and I want to be back out here for this much time. I want to go to the kitchen for this much time. And then what happens in those beats is up to the actor, you know, because I already know they've got the chops to do it. And then, of course, with improv, as anyone who's done it knows, you run it. You just got to run it, and you run it, and you let the actor find things, and then you say, okay, cut. Let's keep that part about you know, this, and I like the way you went. Yeah. You know, little things. He's like, oh, I like the way you did that. Let's keep that. And he has a great line where when he gets good, you know, sausage, patty links, tempeh for this one. Now, not everyone knows what tempeh is, but for the vegans.
All we know in LA.
Big laugh in the vegan crowds. And then, of course, having been a waiter for too many years, and knowing all those little isms, you know, like there's arguably jokes that no one laughs at, but I love. And it's when she comes up and she says, she's saying, Stephanie Drake is coming in and she's refilling someone's coffee, you know, just a half cup, the top half, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a stupid, horrible a waiter joke that, you know, that kind of thing. But
I love all those comedic moments. I loved all the scripting was so fantastic. And I love how you give your actors the freedom to explore, and then you come out with some gems. You're like, oh, great, let's keep this, like you said.
Yeah.
Now listen, you made and created this in a restaurant. Now that's got to be a challenge in itself. How was that experience actually filming inside a restaurant?
Well, it was knowing that I wanted to do this film in one location. You look, and we were super lucky in LA, it's very strange, right by my house was a restaurant that was closed.
Oh,
So
perfect.
I thought, it's just sitting here, I wonder if they want money,
Yeah.
you know, to do
If they want
nothing.
money.
Yeah, and so we went to scout it. You get a number, you go in, and it was perfect because it was so big, and it's the kind of thing you look at and you go, I love this, but this section of the restaurant, this is my restaurant for the movie.
Yeah, got it.
And behind me is we can put camera, we can put equipment, we can put the background, we can feed people, and it had a parking lot, which is key when you do these
We
low
love
budgets.
parking lots in LA,
Yes,
that's right, yeah.
it's true. When you're asking friends to do you a favor,
Yes.
the last thing you want them doing is circling the block going, well, yeah,
Yeah.
2 blocks over,
Yeah.
but at 2, you have to give your keys to a PA because
Yeah.
they'll move your...
Yeah,
So people want to park. And so we found this great restaurant in Toluca Lake, and it was just absolutely ideal.
Perfect.
Here's a story you'll never use. We scouted it in like January, March, and there's in the movie is a back room where the original crew is tied up, and when we originally looked at it, I can just talk, right? I can just ramble, right? You guys do what you
We're
so,
great.
So when we were originally using it, and the owners wanted way too much money out of our budget, we won't shoot here. And then 2 months later, desperation, whatever kicked in, they went, you can have it for the price that you want it for.
Oh, wow.
Great. Go back to scout. It's now August. And that back room where they're supposed to be tied up in has no air conditioning. And this place, it is like 90 degrees on our scout.
In the valley.
Yes, sir. And so I was like, well, I'm not going to do this to the crew. Like, what can we do? And again, you build relationships. I am so grateful for the crew that came forward to me. And I had a great production designer. And so we just took a spot in the lobby. So when you see the crooks in that back room, that's actually the lobby of the foyer, of the restaurant. And we just brought in a fake wall, and you put some shelves up, and you put cleaning supplies on the shelf, and you bring a desk in.
Who knew?
And
You had a great production designer right there.
Man,
My goodness.
yeah, and every time I look at that movie, I always think, you'd
It's
never.
amazing. Oh,
yeah,
I would
yeah,
never. You'd never
yeah.
know. I wouldn't even cross my mind. So
Right,
yeah, it's wonderful when you've got just such a great. Your team is everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
And obviously you had a great cast. You're
Yeah.
a really wonderful crew. What's it like after all the crazy hard work that you put into creating this film? Have your film at NewFilmmakers LA in front of an audience. What is that feeling like as a filmmaker?
The feeling, I mean, maybe everyone has said this. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Because you ultimately, like when you do your movie and you shoot everything and you pray to God that you've got all the pieces you need, right? So you're building this puzzle, and all you're waiting for is that first cut.
Yeah.
To say, does it work? You know, does it work? You're looking for the statue in the marble, as Michelangelo used to say, right? It's in there, I just need to chip away. And so you're looking for that. So you're hoping that first cut, I know it's not going to be perfect, I just want to see if it works. And then when it works, you're elated.
And it did.
And then you do this. And then for my movie, the key is there's a moment when she says seat them, when Ileana says seat them. And I was talking to one of the actors, and I said, I'm nervous because if she says seat them, and no one hears her, then the joke isn't there. Like people aren't going to, or you don't, in a short film, you don't want your audience playing catch up.
Right,
You know, like a minute in going, wait, what's going on? And he says, so you need to have her repeat it. So that's why that moment, it's very specific. When she says, you know, what do we do? Seat them. And then I push in, she goes, seat them. That's so crucial. If you don't hear her say that, or you don't recognize what she says, all is lost, you know. So when that's happening, and when audiences pick up, and of course you're in the audience and you're terrified and and you're sweating, and when they start to get good, is the audience going to pick up on, oh, they're actually getting good at what they're doing, and they're starting to care. And I could hear the titters, and I was like, okay, the audience is following the story.
That's great.
Which is
That's
brilliant.
always like, oh, okay, they got it,
yeah.
excellent, yeah. And of course, they find moments in which, you know, you're like, oh, they love that bit, okay, great. Oh, I didn't recognize that bit was so awesome, and you know, they find new bits for you that you didn't probably know that they're there yourself.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's an incredible feeling to have your film get to a point where it's on the big screen and deservedly so. And Jim, I love your style. Like, I love your style of filmmaking. I love your style of comedy, and this story is so brilliant. I almost want to see it as a feature. It's fantastic. What is next for you?
I have one called The Eulogy. I'm a big fan of the left turn. You know, so it's, you know, obviously Cups and Robbers are going to in this left turn. And The Eulogy it's a simple story. Hopefully it's good. About a woman who's supposed to give a eulogy and she gets the hiccups. So it's somber.
I love your synopsis. I'm already laughing. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I was talking to a friend and she said, "I hate the hiccups." And I said, "I think I could do something with," and, you know. And when you Google how to get rid of, if you're going to hiccups, you start getting acne, ants, herpes, hiccup, you know. And I said,
"Oh,
well,
wow.
this could be," and we'll do this. And I'm a huge fan of the short film.
Right.
I love short films.
Yeah.
And as long as you have a good button at the end of your short film, I think it's you've taken someone on a nice journey, which is always good.
Well, we love your short films.
Thank
so
you.
I can't wait to see Jim an eulogy with an eulogy with hiccups.
Yeah,
I can't even say it without laughing.
Yeah.
Jim, thank you so much for your talent and your great
pleasure.
work.
Thank you so
Cups
much.
and Robbers, everyone's got to see it. It's so much fun. And looking forward to seeing the next film.
I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Jim, everybody.
Can we shake hands on
Oh,
camera?
we can shake hands. Of course we can.
Very
Jim,
good. Thank you so much.
Cups
Thank
and
you.
Robbers, go and see it.